Right, so this episode, we're going to talk about how crap Ninth is. No, we're not. Welcome to Top Trumps.
Oh,
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the FineCast. I am Sultan.
I am Brapscallion.
And I'm Christopher.
He's really quiet.
Some call me Warsmith Chris. Am I really quiet?
Well, you sounded it. You're just like petite, you know? You sound like a small little
boy.
boy when actually...
okay.
Right,
okay,
yeah.
And my name is Warsmith Chris!
And my axe. I recommended a little-known program last week when we did the Top Trumps Part 2. I recommended a little-known program called Game of Thrones. Hopefully you guys have watched a few episodes. But my recommendation this week is Lord of the Rings. Another little-known program, Rings of Power.
Rings of Power?
Fuck me, it's good, boys. It's good. Have
yeah.
you been watching it?
We're
not going to discuss plots or anything.
Yeah, we're not going to spoil it, yeah.
Chris, have you been watching Game of Thrones?
I've been watching it. So Galadriel is played by I can't remember her name. It's like Gwynfyd. She's got a Welsh name, and she also was Saint Maud in the film Saint Maud, which couldn't be further from the character of Galadriel. Saint Maud is an absolute nutter. So go watch Saint Maud, and then go watch Rings of Power. And Galadriel's amazing in it, and the orcs are amazing in it. And there's a wicked elf guy.
He's sick, him.
He's fucking amazing, and he fancies a human. That was a bit of a.
I fancy
spoiler,
him.
But...
He's a good-looking lad.
I fancy him as well. He's very
that.
Yeah, he's very sort of majestic and magical looking, isn't he? He's got
he's a good old boy.
He's got elven majesty.
Lord of the Rings or what?
No.
Get on it, bruv.
I will. Now, okay, right. I don't talk about stuff that's on my desk, but I was painting a big project, and my head was very much down looking at things. So I've been listening to a lot of YouTube. I've been listening to a lot of mega projects because that's a great little YouTube channel if you want to learn about crazy Cold War stuff, basically. So I've been listening to that. But now my head is not going to be down at the desk, so I will put on Rings of Power and look up to the heavens and watch it.
Yes.
Absolutely. Slather yourself all over of it. They have
slide into it. It's
the
amazing.
amount of money they have spent on that show is frankly ludicrous.
You know what? It's enough money to just buy me a house, and they should, I'd have been fine. Like, I don't have to work there.
The dwarves are fucking excellent in it as well.
Yeah,
they've carried
really
on the
good.
Theme with the dwarves with the big prosthetic noses that look fucking amazing.
It's wicked. It's just ace in it.
Jonathan Rhys Davies.
Visually, it's a visual feast. It's like Lord of the Rings is a 2001 film now.
The original, yeah.
And it looked amazing. It still looks amazing and everything. The Hobbit, obviously, it was made later and had like really beautiful things and everything.
But it's worse than Lord of the Rings.
On a par with it. This is just on a par with it. No, it's not worse.
Hobbit wasn't very good. Hobbit, it's not because Hobbit looked great, but Hobbit just had such a short amount of story, and they got greedy.
Lots of style,
3 films.
Little substance compared to the masterpiece that was Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings.
I think they tried to cash in, unfortunately, and it showed. And I think they could have made an incredible, maybe even 2 films, but making it 3.
Desolation of Smaug, that's a good film.
They're all fine. I'm not saying they're bad.
I massively disagree. I think the Hobbit films are great. But I also like the new Star Wars films as well. So you know what? I can just go sit in the camp of people that enjoy things for the sake of enjoying them rather than hating them.
Yeah, but I like the prequels because I grew up with them, so I get that people...
the prequels are amazing.
I'm Sultan, I'm very young.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The first prequel came out. Do you know how old I was when it first aired? I'm gonna fucking tell you. I was 3.
You were a sperm.
Yeah.
You were a fucking sperm.
3 years old. It was 1999, and I turned 4 in December of 1999. I'm pretty sure it came out just before that. So
that's pathetic. I was getting ready to do my GCSEs, you dickhead. All right, so
Phantom Menace.
I was at uni when the third one came
Release
out.
date.
That, and I was like 12 or something when the first one came out. I'll tell you what, the sequels though, very difficult to live through the sequels if you didn't enjoy them, but weren't also a horrible person. It was a very difficult time when I'm like trying to explain I just don't like the plot, and then friends of mine were like, is it because you hate women and all that? And I'm like, no, I just didn't like the plot because of this. And the
plot's the same as the original
because the first film is the same as A New Hope. The second film, I didn't mind, but everyone just railed against, and I was like, okay, fine, I guess you don't like that.
Didn't
And then the
make
third
them
film,
for
I was like,
you.
this is you're using your end game moment, and this isn't. You don't deserve an end game moment.
Those films were made to get a new generation of Star Wars fans in.
Yes.
In 20 years' time,
purpose.
Yeah, in 15 to 20 years' time, we're going to have a whole bunch of people go, I bloody loved Star Wars.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Listen, what I'm saying
Rogue
is,
One was great.
George Lucas didn't know what he was doing, so all his themes were just mad. It was just like a little teddy bear who was hungry. That was the theme of Return of the Jedi. In this one, when they are literally robbing a casino planet to free the animals from the cruelty of fucking tyrannical casino goers who are rich. It was just like,
it's fine.
I want to go,
guys.
Should we go to
thanks to it. No, listen.
Oh,
what we got from this is we got the absolute visual masterpiece, which was The Mandalorian.
Oh, The Mandalorian's great.
We got the
Book of Boba Fett was sick as well.
Yeah,
Book of Boba Fett. We've got the next
Kenobi.
Mandalorian coming along.
Kenobi was sick.
Bloody
so let's just ride the train because it swings and roundabouts. We got those because of the success.
Andor is apparently really good. Has it been out yet? Is it out yet?
Andor's gonna be great.
Well, there's been early screenings or something because people are saying like it's tip top.
Yeah, and we've got Ahsoka coming too. We've got loads of stuff.
Chris, I think you make a great point. I think at the time it was difficult because we waited so long for Star Wars, and this is what we got. But I think it was a necessary thing to go through because what we've then got is then Disney taking a step back, and then they've realised, look, if we want to do films, we have to put something new out there. So I think, it's like the same with 40K at the moment, with 9th edition being so convoluted and so complex. We're hoping 10th we get a move.
I reckon
back to
10th will be a golden age. It'll be top.
So.
I really hope it will. I'm touching wood. But
same with Star Wars. Whoa, let me just finish now. Same with Star Wars. We had to go to the shit so we could get the good stuff. So I think you're right, Chris.
Yeah.
That's a good point. But we're not here to talk about Star Wars.
I was going to say a little bit more, but yeah. Just that, like years after. Sorry, I think there was a bit of feedback then. Years afterwards, like people saying they like the prequels now, people are able to revisit the prequels that everyone railed against at the time and add more content to it, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, the show. And universally, I think, like barring in mind a few people that I've spoken to who are just wrong, Kenobi was really well received.
Right.
And that's what built on the prequels. So yeah.
Spoilers for Kenobi, but it's not really a spoiler. But when in the last episode, which was basically
spoilers
a film,
for 2022,
at that,
2022
for Kenobi. When they're having that fight and Darth Vader's mask gets cut and you can see his face through the mask, that is the best bit of Star Wars I've seen since Empire Strikes Back.
Did you get goosebumps? Did you get like... Yeah, I tingled.
I was like, fucking doing it. And his voice was like going from James Earl Jones to Anakin. And I was just like, this is so fucking sick.
Does it piss anybody off? Mention sound off in the comments or just in DMs to the FineCast podcast on Instagram. Does it piss anybody off that... So Brap said that, and I agree, it's one of the best moments in Star Wars. Does it piss anyone off that some of the best acting that's ever occurred in Star Wars was by the once reviled Hayden Christensen?
He's fine.
I liked him, yeah. I always liked him.
He played the stroppy kid well.
He was told to play. He was told to play that way, of course. Nowadays, we all know that, but at the time, everyone was like, "Why is he playing like this?" It's like because George Lucas told him.
The direction was dog shit.
Yeah,
like,
the writing.
Look at Samuel L. Jackson. Look how bad Samuel L. Jackson.
And we know he's a legend.
How good he is.
But like, to anyone who's like a quote unquote purist, you're not, by the way. If you hate the prequels, you've got to accept them for what they are. Does anyone? Oh yeah. They're bad, but they're popcorn movies, and I will still watch them.
They're bad in a
Revenge
great
of the Sith is,
I
think, genuinely decent.
Revenge of the Sith is class,
genuinely decent.
Now this is
you can't say like the acting's good or like the plot is that good. It's bad.
The lightsaber battles,
but it's nostalgia. Yeah. It's well choreographed and it looks good, but it is.
It's about being in a universe.
Film.
It's about being in a universe.
Attack of the Clones is a bad film.
Yeah.
Phantom Menace, I think, is better than Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith blows both of them out the water.
But they are still like when it's like if you take the parts of it, they are bad films.
So's in New Hope,
bad character development. Yeah, 1,000,000%. But it doesn't stop them from being fun films for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Like it's fun.
It's like one of my favourite films of all time is weirdly The Gentleman by Guy Ritchie, and it's you're looking at it, it's like okay, like it's fun. You watch it, and it's like oh, it's enjoyable, it's fun. But is it objectively a good film? I don't know, but I love it. And it's the same with Star Wars. I don't know why I like this, but I do. I am a bit of a nerd. Well,
it's because you're a nerd.
Yeah. Anyway, so 40k top trumps.
Nerd
3
things.
more characters.
Yes, 40k top trumps. Let's go.
Best of the rest. Everyone but the Primarchs.
You thought the teats were dry, but we're still back. We've pulled up the stool, and we are once again.
There's dust coming out. We're going to keep going.
This is 2 weeks in a row.
3 weeks in a row.
They didn't even get a week off.
They are so lucky that they are getting part 3 of 4, 2 weeks in a row of 40k top trumps
after a month's wait.
If for some reason this is your first time listening to the podcast, and you've just listened to some convoluted old men talk about Star Wars, what we're now going to talk about is 40k, and we're going to talk about 40k top trumps, everything but the Primarchs. So it's simple. I have picked 3 characters from the 40k universe. They're nothing to do with Space Marines because we've done the Primarchs. The clues in the title. And we're then going to judge them out of 10 top trump style on 5 categories that I have devised for this set of top trump cards. Now, the categories, are you thinking weapon skill, ballistic skill? Wrong. We are talking serious categories that are really important to 40k. So the first one is the Triple Hard Bastard ability. That is quite serious. How hard are they in the 40k universe? But then we've got more important issues, like the second category, the DIY FYI, where you have to put up some shelves, you have to paint a bathroom, and maybe a bit of light plumbing work. And how good is that character going to help you out of 10 in that situation? We then have Galaxy Impact. How much have they changed the 40k universe? Category number 4 is Swag Factor. How stylish they are. It will verge on to how sexy they are, depending how spicy we're feeling. We will discuss our feelings. We're open to our feelings and how certain 40k characters.
Kellamorphs are sexy.
Kellamorphs, you can leave your hat on, baby, as Tom Jones sang. And finally, the Toby Carvery conundrum. If you were to go to Toby Carvery for a lovely...
For anyone who doesn't know, Toby Carvery is a lovely restaurant that does roast dinners.
Yeah, for our international listeners. Toby Carvery, like, English people love a roast dinner, so we also love a buffet. So what we've done is we've made a Sunday roast dinner buffet restaurant that exclusively does Sunday roast dinners.
Yeah,
buffets.
It's roasted vegetables, which I'm sure most of our international viewers are aware of. Roasted meats, so the same as you would have elsewhere. The only thing that is different is Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah, they can do it.
They're called Yorkshire puddings, but they're savoury. Look them up.
Yeah.
Also,
gravy.
Also. No, I was just going to say that Sultan and I don't know who these are. This is one of the key points. We don't know
I never know
what the topics are.
I've not finished Toby Carvery yet. They also do breakfast,
Toby.
Right? They also do breakfast in a buffet style, like a full English fried breakfast. And when I was visiting Sultan and Winters, we had some beers. The boyoyoys. We had some beers, and I woke up the next day not very well, and so I needed a breakfast to get me back on my feet. I went to the Swindon Toby Carvery, and for breakfast, they had a breakfast buffet, and for reasons I still don't understand, they were offering gravy with the breakfast.
That sounds incredible!
Yes.
No, it does not! No, it does not!
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was like, they were like, "Do you want gravy?" And I'm pretty sure in my hungover status, so I said, "I wouldn't have thought so." Like, what do you mean?
All the sauce you need should be ketchup or brown.
There was like a jug of gravy, and people were pouring it on like the beans.
On their beans. Right, no. Oh god!
No, you need coffee, salt and pepper. Coffee, salt and pepper are the only.
Yeah, brown sauce.
Okay, right. Before we go into the thing, the proper breakfast for me, like, and I know you guys might disagree with some of the things I'm missing out here. Love, obviously, bacon, bit of sausage.
Yeah.
Love a bit of mushrooms, grilled mushrooms.
Yeah,
I'm a fan. Chris says, wraps doing the knock it off sign.
Not a big fan. Vegetables.
Love a bit of beans when I can get them. And an egg. And here's the thing: what kind of egg? Because I don't really mind which, but my favourite, probably in order, is fried, then poached, then scrambled. But I still love scrambled, so that puts you at the level there.
Yeah, I'll do scrambled or fried.
I love the fact Chris said scrambies because that's what we call him in our scrambies. Also, you missed out hash browns.
Yeah, but I don't like hash browns. I'm saying what I liked. I don't like those.
Blood sausage.
I don't mind black pudding.
Blood sausage is out.
Black pudding is top tier. Top tier.
It is a meal in a puck. It's what the cavemen would eat. Blood sausage. Wow. Yeah.
You've got to use it as seasoning for the rest of the breakfast. As soon as you figure that out,
it all over the thing?
No, you have a little scoop of it with your beans and a bit of bacon, and it just elevates it.
We've lost our international viewers. Anyway, back
also to our international viewers, to anybody, when we're at events, it's usually a Premier Inn that we
episode 3 or something. How to survive an event.
There's usually a Premier Inn breakfast the next day or during the event and stuff. And
Premier Inn's a hotel.
My favourite is there's one lad who I've breakfasted with on multiple occasions now, a top lad. But when they come round and they don't have a buffet anymore because of COVID and whatever, and they just sort of take your order and say, what would you like, right? And there's one lad who's got no shame, and he has asked on more than one occasion for 5 sausages and 5 rashers of bacon.
Whoa!
And I've got to... I fucking love it when he does it, because I'm just like... the balls on him, because
I find myself more attracted to him, you know, when he does it.
Right. Up. Who is it?
I'll tell you off camera in case there's any shame. But for our international listeners, British people, they make money on the buffets because we're famously reserved. And even if we want 5 sausages, we won't ask for 5 sausages. We'll ask for 3, and we'll feel sheepish at doing that because 2 is the proper number. 2 is the normal number. Whereas he asks for 5. Balls out of the bath. He just says, "Can I have 5 sausages? 5?" And he doesn't say 5 sausages and bacon and try and slip it in surreptitiously. He goes 5 sausages, 5 bacon, and he just starts laying down the law.
Yeah. But, how many eggs?
I don't know, but that
he has 2 eggs. He has the proper British number of eggs.
that reminds me, when we were last at Premier Inn breakfast for an event up in Stockport, Stylus, our friend Hugh Stylus, ordered only eggs. So he got this breakfast plate, and it was massive. Just like, this is the best thing though, Chris, right? So the Premier Inn breakfast comes out, and everything's got its place, right? So the sausages are always in the same place. Eggs on the right-hand side for some reason.
You sure? Might just roll about. Like
Stylus ordered scrambled eggs, just scrambled eggs. I don't know. He's a serial killer. But it came out.
Is that?
It came out, and the scrambled eggs were just on the right-hand side of the plate, in like
where they usually be, right?
Yeah, but not like a big portion of it. Not like we'll make up for it because all they want is eggs.
Single scoop of eggs.
It was a scoop of eggs in the corner.
I've never seen a man look so disappointed. Yeah. So before we continue, we have done this episode, or this format of episode, a few times before. So we did the Primarchs for Top Trumps over 2 episodes. I forget which numbers they are, but back a little way into the repertoire that we have available. And for episodes, this is episode 16, I believe. So episode 14 and 15, we did Best of the Rest, or Everybody Who's Not a Primarch. And in episode 14, we did Trajan Valoris, we did Gazgul Thraka, and we did Old One Eye. And then in the previous episode, we did Jane Czar, we did Belisarius Cool, not in that order, and the Kellamorph. So I'm really impressed I remembered those, actually. So now we're going to continue. We have another... We're going to do 3 because we talk a lot. But I believe Brad actually has 6 available for us. So we're milking this thing till it's dead.
There's a 4-parter.
So, are you ready?
I am so ready,
gentlemen. Ready. Oh, also, Chris said it before, but these 2 don't know what's coming. So this is brand new to them. You're going to get the unfiltered thoughts.
I've never been so excited in my life.
Contestant number 1
Legoland
is... He fucked a god into existence. It's Drazar, Prince of Blade from the Drukhari.
Love him.
Could have picked
10. Wouldn't want to eat breakfast with him.
I could have picked, like, I don't know, like the leader of the Drukhari,
yeah, but he doesn't have a model.
Dark Eldar. But we're picking Drazar.
Drazar's awesome.
Drazar.
We move... Drazar, for anyone that doesn't know, is the master assassin of the Dark Eldar. I refuse
Head of the Incubi.
The Dark Eldar.
Yep.
He's the head of bad bitches from Drazar, no muzzle from the Dark Eldar. Triple hard bastard ability. Now
he's hard. He's ancient.
Just quick. Is he rumored? Is he supposed to have been the striking scorpion?
They believe it's not confirmed, as in like not confirmed in the lore. They it's in the lore. Model, right? It's suggested that there is the belief that he was the striking scorpion who fell. Yeah.
Okay. Because I think that just makes him more of a hard bastard.
He's pretty fucking hard. Like you think of Incubi, right? They're nuts. They're crazy. They're mercenaries. Yeah. They are blood sworn to a job until the job is done, and then the second the job is done, if you've misused those Incubi, they will murder you. They don't care who you are. They will murder you, but only once the job is done. They are bound by blood to that contract until the end of time, until they achieve it, and then they will kill you if you fuck them up. Drazar is the head of that order.
Yeah, but he's also still an Eldar Ponce, and we do have precedent because Jane Zar got a 7.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's a 10. Like, I'm not saying he's a 10, but he's probably... who else do we give a 7? Trajan. He could probably take Trajan in a fight.
The problem
so 7 wouldn't be too far off, to be honest.
The thinking that we've had was, yes, they can kill you 9 out of 10 times. They're going to kill you before you've even gone, oh, hello.
Hello, Jazar. Nice to see you.
If you punch one, I reckon a power fist directly to his face is going to cave in, and that's it. Right? He's toughness 3 still, right?
I think so. Like I'll find out for you. Find out.
I think he's still toughness 3.
I like this.
Yeah, he's cool.
I'm going to be like an acrobat.
He's toughness 4. He is toughness 4.
Okay,
Same
so
as a space marine. He's got toughness 4, 6 wounds, 2 up save.
He's as tough as a space marine, so he's not going to go down to 1 punch.
7. Jane Zar got a 7.
Wait, he's got to go up 1 for being T4, surely.
He is. Well, Trajan's T5, and we gave him a 7.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking Trajan is less lethal, I think.
Listen,
maybe.
I think he's on the same level of Jane Zar, because Jane Zar is the Phoenix Lord of like
Jane Zar is killing,
chopping fools or whatever.
Yeah,
Jazar's the same. He's a master assassin. He's hard.
Tougher.
He's hard. There's no debate about that. He's hard.
I love this, by the way. Sorry, guys. This is some bullshit rule he's got, right? So he's already got like 6 attacks. Yeah, 5 attacks.
Yep.
So if you choose his dual blades, he can get an extra 2 attacks. Or he can just do his 5 with his big 3 damage weapons. Dual blades are 2 attacks. Every time he gets hit, he subtracts -1 from the damage. Every time he does a wound roll of 6, he adds an AP. And bear in mind, he's already AP -3.
Yeah.
He adds 1 to the wound roll for every incubi near him. And if he rolls a leadership test against somebody else and wins, they can't fight at all. And then, because they're tormentors, it's an incubi ability. And also, he can fight twice, just because he can.
We're going to be looking back on this in 10th edition, and this is one of them data sheets where it's going to be so funny. It's going to be like
he's going to have one rule,
where you're just going to be reading out all these rules, and it's like, right, and then you think you're finished.
No,
and then we've got to do a leadership test or something.
Yeah,
you just might be able to... Fucking nonsense. Just give him 10 attacks.
Yeah, I would. Oh, mate, if he just had, instead of being able to fight twice, if he just had 10 attacks, that would be tip fucking top. But yes, he can fight twice every phase. It's not once per battle thing.
I'm arguing for an 8 for this guy.
I am also arguing for an 8.
I think he's on the same level as Jane Zar. I think he's right there. Like, Jane Zar's got an honorific title because she has chopped up a lot of fools. Jazar's the same.
What's Jane Zar?
Same.
Have I got Jane Zar's data sheet? I don't think I am. I do have it. She's got 6 attacks. She's done all right. She's pretty killy. I don't know.
We're not really talking about data sheet. We're talking.
I know, but this is a good baseline, isn't it?
I think he's tough.
He's tougher than Jane Zar. Yeah.
I don't know.
Give him an 8, Brad. Go on. Put an 8 on.
All right, we'll give him an 8.
Put a ring on it, bro.
I don't like it.
Put an 8 on him.
He is nuts. He is crazy tough.
Right, DIY, FYI. This is low because he'll just try and shag the pipe.
He's got the same problem as Jane Zar, and elves don't do that shit.
He's just
going to go and skin something.
Yeah.
And also, probably less than Jane Zar, because he's going to be like, is that red paint you're painting the walls with? And he goes, well, it's not paint. And you go, what? And he goes, well, it's...
it'll dry brown, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, is that blood? And he goes, and you go, where's it from? Like a human body? And he goes,
and I go, where the fuck's my dog, Drazar?
No, it'll be even darker. It'll be
where's
like,
Jess Drazar?
There'll be like,
that's my part there. Sorry.
There's dark. We can go darker with where the blood will come from, and I don't want to, but Drazar,
Belisarius calls robot penis. It's just,
it's just,
it's a willy throwback. It's a willy.
Yeah.
It's darker than
Too
that.
much in one day.
It's darker where you could get the blood from.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's not even go there. I'm thinking about it now.
I don't want to. Yeah, Drazar's doing it, not me.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, and it could get darker.
So
no,
I think
don't.
1 or a 0.
0. It'd be no fucking help. He wouldn't want anything to do with building a bathroom.
And then say, can you help me like with this shelf, or could you cut this pipe? And he go, I'm not wasting these blades.
Cut your fucking arm off.
No, the thing is, you wouldn't even be able to ask him because he just wouldn't be there.
Yeah, Galaxy Impact. Now, this is an interesting one because he has had a hand in making a demon. So
he
it's not a
fucked
good
a demon into existence. Yeah,
That's big.
He has added.
I mean,
impact.
Slanesh is a pretty big impact. I think arguably Slanesh is a bigger impact than Primarchs Marines.
No.
There's in like a chaos god.
But also, we've got to remember that Dark Eldar don't do anything. They just sort of sit about and then go and capture some people.
Yeah, they just fuck about trying to stay alive, right? That's the whole
thing.
They're
just dickheads, really, aren't they? They're just dickheads.
Yeah, they are the most evil faction in 40k.
Yeah, they're just.
But they
dicks
kind
about
of
it.
they're
not doing much, but they're evil.
Not really evil. They're just weirdly selfish. They're like Game of Thrones. Like they just want to like shag the brothers. And
yeah, but like no, I'd say they
do.
are evil because their entire thing to stay alive is just torturing other people. Like Chaos Marines believe they're at least trying, like some of them anyway, believe they're trying to help the galaxy by.
I think they're just more belligerent.
Survival's a powerful instinct.
They're weird little sideliners,
sexy elf things, yeah.
But they did fuck a demon into it. But how much shagging did Drazar do?
I don't know. We don't know. That's the GW. You know, GW. If you're listening, you're not. But if you're listening, listen. This is 4-time Warhammer. One-time Warhammer community attendee, 4-time Hobby Chat attendee, Sultan, because you've shared my stuff a few times. Listen, release the stats of how many people Drazar shagged. No, I'm throwing my creds out here.
Hang on. Oh, Sultan, you dropped that name there. Do you want to pick it up?
Yeah. It's my own name. I dropped it. I dropped my own name. How about that? No,
it was clumsy.
Yeah, the amount of stuff you've shared, you owe me now, and what you owe me is how many people Drazar has shagged. All right, thank you.
I think as a race.
Oh, what that contributed to Slanesh. That was not just. I just don't want to know his number. That was.
I think as a race they've had a big impact on the galaxy, but I don't think.
They're the reason the god exists, right? Drakari, and I don't know if Drazar.
Yeah, but they all the ones that did all the proper shagging. Slanesh ate him, didn't he? He was like, "Oh yeah."
These ones were just on the outskirts.
The ones that are left are just the ones that sort of probably did a bit of missionary lights off, sort of.
They ran off to the webway, didn't they?
So it can't be a lot because by his very nature, he doesn't do. He just kills things for sport. Sometimes.
Yeah. What did we give Jane Zar?
Jane Zar got a 5 because we just didn't know.
Give him a 5.
I think we should get lower.
4.
Because we know,
4.
Yeah, we'll give him a 4.
Okay, 4.
Like, right, if you ever see him, you're fucked, and that ruins your galaxy, but not the galaxy. Yeah.
You are dead. Right. So we get to 4 because if he wanted to, he could join in.
I like Drazar. I think he's a really cool, but he hasn't done much.
Right, swag factor. Now, he does, looking at the model...
He's a great model.
He has just run through Claire's accessories.
Yeah, he has got a lot of bracelets.
Covered in PVA glue.
He's got a lot
He's got loads of, daft bracelets. Cool
pose. Can I quote you on that, Brap? Drazar, he has run through Claire's accessories coated in PVA glue. Amazing.
Yeah, and also, what I cannot forgive Games Workshop for is the old Drazar model, which is so fucking bad.
I can't even see that.
Like, I remember how bad it is.
Where
It is next level awful. Like, that weird sort of praying mantis, sort of holding the swords weird. It was never ever good.
Look at him.
So
garbage.
It's such a bad...
But the new model is really good. The only thing I don't understand, and maybe it's to do with his pose, is why some of his tassels are flying to the left and some are flying to the right.
Yeah, because
most of them are going left.
Because he's swinging his arms around.
So his left arm.
He's got a lot of
stage right. His left arm, I don't mind, but his hippie, his hip tassel. I'm not sure what's going on with that.
He listens to My Chemical Romance like you would not fucking believe.
Teenage Sam would have loved him.
Yeah.
Adult Sam still loves him, but...
He's like, I'd love to chat, but I've got to go on MSN Messenger and tell this girl how I'm really upset. I bet he posts song lyrics as his status update. I bet he still uses Facebook.
Right, Brap, that's quite enough of that, all right? Stop calling out my teenage years, all right? Stop it. Telling girls how sad I was and posting song lyrics.
I bet Drazar subtweets all the time. I didn't do any
Twitter, but
I bet you he takes pictures of himself on Insta out in the rain.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Or drinking red wine at a graveyard.
All right, Corvus Corax.
I cannot.
Yeah.
Right,
I think he's busy killing stuff.
What are those
rather than posting?
What are those bracelets everyone got into? The girls got into? Is it Pandora bracelets where you could buy?
Pandora bracelets. Yeah.
He's got one of them, hasn't he?
He's got them all over him. You know what? It's just not swag.
He's not swag. He's not swag.
Got cool swords though.
That's not swag, really.
No, it's just something he uses. But
they just look
like what I do like, and this is I don't know, like he's got a shit ton of necklaces, which I get. Yeah, it's a bit weird, and he's got 2 foot bracelets,
trinkets,
which is odd. But I do like that he's got an Eldari trinket, and you can't see it on this particular model in the image we're looking at. If you look at the same one as me, but when you spin him around, and I know this because I own the model, he has a bunch of like Imperial stuff he's nicked, which I quite like. He has nicked a bunch of stuff. He's like, that's mine.
He's a trophy
guy, yeah.
Trophies.
But not as cool as like White Scars are trophies guys. But you know what they take? They take the fucking heads.
Yeah,
or the Chaos players with the railings,
skulls and the helmets. That's cool. That's cool trophy guys.
Now, listen. There's a guitar in the guitar world called an Ibanez Gem.
Yeah.
Right? And it's made by Steve Vai. And basically, this guitar is from Steve Vai. And what it's got on the side of it, for reasons nobody knows, is he's had a carry handle sculpted into the side of this guitar because
like a knuckle grip.
I don't know why. It's stupid. It looks stupid. It looks rubbish. Drazar has done the same with his swords. They've got handles, and he's gone, what I want another handle in the sword.
But all the Incubi have done that.
Why? And he goes, I don't know, but it needs a handle because I'm edgy and I like to hold it a bit different. Drazar is so low down on the swag. He's got loads of weird bracelets, and he's not even took cool stuff like Chaos players have took, like Tau heads or whatever. He's got weird trinkets from all Eldar he's killed. How hard is it to kill Eldar, for fuck's sake?
Yeah,
he
is one.
He's showing off that he's killed some Eldar, and he's got weird swords, and he's an emo, and he needs to grow up, to be honest.
Let's give him a 1.
Grow up, Drazar. 1.
You bastard.
Straight away. 1.
What, swag?
I know you're a big fan.
No, I'm a big fan. I like the model, but that doesn't mean he's got swag.
But don't worry, this is where he's going to redeem himself, because I tell you what, if anyone can charm the server behind the Toby Carvery meat slicing station, it's going to be Drazar. Drazar is going to give him a wink. He's going to make him feel things they've never thought before, and your plate, you won't be able to move for Gammon. The amount of meats will be laden, and also the opposite of Trajan Valoris. Do you think Drazar is going to stop you from being gluttonous and eating your weight?
He's going to encourage it. He's like, mate, you are repairing my soul by how much you're eating. Thank you.
Waitress, 4 desserts for each of us.
Yes.
A bit like that. And it'd be like,
you know, this is a reference you guys might not get because you're a little bit older, but like the SpongeBob movie.
Yes.
Right? You know when they're eating the ice cream? Like, some people know this because they have kids. But like the SpongeBob movie when they're eating the thing and they get a bit drunk because of it, but they're like, blah, 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 eating all that ice cream, those goofy goober things. Amazing.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm 26.
Young enough to know.
Because it came out. I'll tell you, it came out in 2004 or something.
In fact,
when I was in uni, and we used to smoke herbal. We used to smoke normal cigarettes with nothing.
2004,
and watch the SpongeBob
movie,
and watch SpongeBob season 1, and it was fucking brilliant.
SpongeBob was great back in the day. Anyway, Drazar.
I tell you what, he's to
be a great partner to eat with. He's just gonna say, mate, eat as much as you like, as long as you are happy and you have pleasure. I'm done. That's good. You're keeping my soul alive.
You
will die.
Yeah, you'll have the best meal of your life.
Bring 4 rums to the table and you go, Drazar, it's 2:15.
He also might do some questionable things to you before that.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be the last thing you ever do, but I think you're gonna go out on a high. I'd maybe want.
It's like going on a date with Fulgrim, right? You're gonna have a great time, but you're gonna die.
I'd maybe want to eat to death in a nicer establishment than the Toby. But it's a hell of a way to go.
Don't blame Drazar for your choice in restaurant for this particular row on the Doc Trump's card, all right?
It's true. He's been told where we're going, and he's just making.
He's like, all right, fine. Like, if you want to die at a Toby Carvery, I'll do it.
and you're probably going to get noshed by somebody under the table while you're having
Exactly. You're going to be stuffing your mouth full of Yorkshire puds, and then meanwhile, someone's going to be stuffing their mouth.
It's got to be a 10. It's got to be a 10.
Full of your puddings.
I put a 9 because you do die at the end.
Right, all right, yeah.
All right.
I do value my life.
Dock a point for death.
So 9.
But apart from that, it's fine.
Yeah, just 9, but only because of death.
Right, so let's recap Drazar. Triple Odd Bastard ability 8, DIY FYI 0, Galaxy Impact 4, Swag Factor 1, and the Toby Carvery Conundrum 9. A strong show in there from Drazar. Well done, Drazar. Good
Well
work.
done, Drazar.
Even for an emo kid, you're doing us proud.
Good boy, Drazar.
All right, boys, are we ready for contestant number 2?
Oh, yeah.
Here we are. Let's got to adjust the volume.
Oh, it's 00100111111111100001. It's the head of the Necrons. It's the Silent King, everybody. That was his name.
I know absolutely dick all about this guy because he doesn't talk.
That'd be fun then because we'll make up some really interesting points about him. I know very little. Chris knows a lot because Chris is a Necron guy. Right.
I know some bits.
Chris is a Necron.
Bastard ability. Listen, Triple R Bastard ability. He is basically an Egyptian pharaoh robot cyborg. So he's basically an Egyptian pharaoh mixed with the Terminator that bends time and space and has come from the ancient past to rule the galaxy. The
He's
Silent
from millions
King
of years
is
ago.
pretty fucking hard.
Let me just say one thing that will just put a slight spin on it, right? So all the things you said is correct. He is millions of years old. He's a badass. You can't kill him. However, he did go and be sad on his own.
Did he?
For about 2 million years. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
we're all allowed a moment of reflection. And in his lifetime, 2 million years is probably about an
it's
hour
nothing.
or two,
Yeah,
isn't
you're
it?
right. Yeah.
So he's probably all he needed was just a bit of a breather and just to go and have a reflect, you know?
Yeah. So the Silent King isn't actually always the same person. It is now, but the Silent King was like a role. It was a title, but the latest one is the latest one. So yeah, he's hard. There's no two ways about it, and
he's rock hard. He'll
fuck you up, and he's got a lot of mates as well.
Yeah, he's got those speakers. 2 lads who like control his speaker system.
Yeah, he's got the speakers. He's got the katana in the back of his throne that hangs about.
That's just an all-powerful, star-eating demigod that he's just got on the back of his chair.
Just for bling and all. Like, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, for bling.
It's just there. It's like, hey, do you want to see my disco ball? It's a god.
Yeah, it's just a god that I've captured.
It's like when you get them boy racers that have got a ludicrous, like a big engine inside, like a Fiat 500 or whatever. It's like all that star god is doing is just powering the chair. It's
like that Rick and Morty episode. Spoilers for 2015 or whatever. Rick and Morty episode where they have the miniverse inside the miniverse, and it's like he's got an entire universe powering his car battery.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing.
He's pretty fucking hard, isn't he? Like, I don't know.
He's hard.
I don't know much about him in the ways of lore, but I know he's pretty revered. Like, he's pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, he's a good lad as well. I mean, when he after the whole debacle with the getting tricked into getting into a robot body, and then accidentally killing everything, so they couldn't go back into a flesh body. He did take the control protocols out of all his bros, so they could have free will again. So that's a good gesture, right? He was like, okay,
he's a nice guy as well.
Shit went down. I'm off for a bit to have a think. You guys, here we go. Brrr. There goes your control nodes. You're all good now. Do your own thing. Go have a sleep. See you later. And plus, when you shoot him, his body just reforms like that.
I don't know if you were burping or you were doing sound effects. That was fucking. I need to listen to that again because I need that.
That's my ringtone. That's my text message noise now.
But yeah, you can't get him.
Yeah,
so...
he's pretty famously known as being really fucking hard, isn't he? Like he's
almost like Gazgul, but not quite.
You saw how much problems they have of killing a Terminator, right? In the films,
yeah,
a lot of problems. They have to throw.
He's an alpha Terminator as well, so
he is the best Terminator going. This has got to be high because he's the Silent King.
Yeah. Which I think is going to be an interesting thing later on when we get further down the line. There's going to be some swings and roundabouts with them.
I think he's got to be a 9.
Yeah.
He's got to be a 9 for toughness, right? Because it was Gazgul 10. He's got to be a 9 then.
If you unleash Gazgul on him, I don't think he's going to come out on top of Gazgul because Gazgul just wants it more. But I think you release Drazar on him, and he's going to kill Drazar.
Yeah, well,
I think he could do any of the elf boys.
If the Silent King and Ghazghkull had a fight, it would be a stalemate, but Ghazghkull has the ability to come back from being ahead. You've got to remember
that the Eldar were made to kill the Necrons, right?
Right.
So, well, to fight the Catan and the Necrons.
Yeah, the Necrons.
And they didn't. I mean, they kind of won, but at the same time, it's like
the Silent King versus Drazar. It's like,
but in all that time, they didn't get him.
They didn't get him.
Yeah, Silent King would absolutely fucking batter Drazar. Easy.
He's Primarch level.
He's a robot.
Yeah.
Is Drazar's holding his sword weird? It clanks into him, and then Silent King just looks up to him as the sword just literally hits on the metal, and he goes, "Pathetic." And then he goes, 8. God, eat it.
An 8 and a 9 is the difference between the best of this, quote unquote superior races like Eldar and stuff versus a Primarch. All right, that's the kind of levels we're talking here. That's the difference between 8 and 9. Silent King could comfortably take on a Primarch.
We're into mythical status.
Mythic.
I'd like to see him fight like Jagatai Khan. That would be cool.
Now, DIY, FYI. 2 words: robot spiders.
Scarabs.
Mate.
He has got so many things built for building shit.
That's
probably
his jam.
got spiders that can just turn into paint.
That's his jam. The Necrons are all
nanobots,
about being very efficient with that kind of stuff. The thing is about Necrons is that in the retconned lore, they're not just mindless robots anymore. They're really like, some of them are quite agreeable, and they'll negotiate with people, and they have ambassadors,
like
and they write plays,
Infinite,
and they
right?
do, they're cultured, and they're really intelligent. So
who's the one who negotiated with Dante to try and save the system from the Tyranids?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The lad who did that, yeah. Spoke to Space Marines.
They're all.
I have a question.
I have a
question for the Necron Council. Does it work that like the intelligence goes down? So are Necron warriors still just basically, or like they don't have any feelings whatsoever? And the higher up you get, the more like intelligence they have.
I think it's more stripped
got,
out below,
jealousy, and they've got more personality and all that kind of thing.
It's not down to intelligence. Basically, that if you don't get woken up properly, your brains go mushy, right?
Right.
So it does work out the way you said it. So a Necron warrior is literally just like a robot,
right?
Fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you get to like the Cryptex and the Lords and stuff, they've gone a bit they're a bit janky.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they are a fully capable entity, and they're not evil, right? This is the important thing.
But they've got personality, haven't they? Like,
and then
they've got jealousy.
Overlords and above are just like,
which is really cool.
Yeah,
I think that's such a cool way of writing the Necrons. As the higher up you get, the more they have infighting, and they've got that sort of dynasty thing going on. It's cool. It's cool,
and they fuck each other over all the time, and it's very sort of it's very sort of fun and games kind of like cartoon villain stuff going on, where they put like a whoopee cushion under each other's chairs and shit,
and then declare jihad on them. Yeah.
No, I mean in
that's a whoopee cushion under my chair.
It's like it skips like 1,000 years at a time, and it's like Trez and the Infinite, because he's all about building this beautiful museum, and he hand positions all of the stuff. So he's got like salamanders from like the Horus Heresy battles and stuff. He's got guys from Isfahan who are like frozen in this light stuff, and he poses them, and he's learnt about their lore and stuff, so he knows how salamanders, what their trigger discipline is like, and it goes into detail about how he moves the finger on one of them because he knows that a salamander would never have their finger when they were he's catching some ammo from a friend, and he knows that they'd never have their finger on the trigger when they did that because of their trigger discipline. It's all that kind of stuff, really, right? Cool. But then the Auric and the Diviner will be like, is trying to steal something from the museum, and every 1,000 years he keeps catching him like hiding in the fucking displays and stuff, and like creeping through the ceiling, and it's great. It's awesome.
The Daft Lads. They
are Daft Lads, yeah.
I think Silent King would help you with the bathroom. I don't think he would be a part of it, but he would send some robot spiders, and it would be done like that. You would say, consider it done, and then you just be done. Like, he's Kellamorph is going to be a nicer experience, but the efficiency of the Spider King's robots He's got to be a 10 because he's just going to help you like that.
Though I do
like
wonder
that.
because the Silent King is the kind of guy, right? You'd ask him and say, Big SK, could you help me out here? I got a bathroom needs doing," and he'd be like, "Lad, I'm fighting the Imperium. I'm fighting the Tyranid Menace, which I believe is the most important thing in the galaxy because they're going to kill everybody unless we do something. Meanwhile, the Blackstone Pillars just failed, and you want me to do your bathroom?" And you'll be like, "Yeah, boss, I do." And he'll be like, well...
"Let me tell you something."
I think he's going to say, "I admire your bravery,
your temerity." Yeah,
and then it's considered done. But
time is nothing to those boys as well. Remember, so if he's got to come round in an afternoon, it's like a fraction of a second in his time. Also, his name is Zarek, and he is the last of the Necron Silent Kings. So we can call him Zarek now if you want. He's
Azek Araman, got it.
Silent King.
Or
SK, big SK.
SK. He is the last. He's the only
Thousand Sons and Necrons are the same, right? The troops are soulless what's-its, and the sergeants and above are like they got a bit more going on.
He also has mastered Blackstone, apparently. So
is that like a song? Guitar Hero?
I think a 10, easy 10. He's
he's a good bathroom boy.
And I don't say it's gonna be. It's just gonna be done. Problem solved.
Scarabs.
Before you even thought it, Scarabs has sorted it. Now
that rhymes. That's perfect. You even
Galaxy
thought it?
Impact.
They've sorted it.
I'll try again. Galaxy Impact. This has got to be high because nobody has had an influence like the Silent King, really.
Fuck me, man.
Because over time as well, space, he's been around for all of it. And in the future, he is one of the only ones that can potentially stop the Tyranids. So even for potential, it's high as well.
That and stop chaos, because he has the ability and the knowledge to stop the warp spreading like it has. And we gave Belisarius Call like a 10. So the Silent King's got to be a 10.
I mean, this boy is literally one of the reasons why 40k exists in the shape that it's in.
Yeah, he fought the war in heaven.
His war in the heavens.
Eldar happened because of him.
Orcs
happened because of him. Like this is.
He fought the old ones.
This is a 10, easy a 10.
Yeah,
it's got Krork before they became the Orcs. As you say,
Krork, they were built to fight.
He was there. People saying I was there when Horus slew the Emperor. Spoilers for 1986, but he can say I was there when the old ones fell. Spoilers for 1989.
Yeah, and you know what? You know the Horus Heresy is like one of the biggest events in 40k that we know of, right?
That's fucking a drop in the ocean, isn't it? Yeah.
The Necrons, they refer to it as one of the human civil wars.
Yeah.
That's all it is to them. Yeah. It's like, from one of the I've got some of their Space Marines from the Civil War they had a couple of the other day.
Yeah, like last week.
Yeah.
And also like they I bet like factions like the Tau and the Leagues of Votan, they're just like, who? They're aware they exist, but they're like, they're not
way
even
too
worth
young
our vision. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, so we're all in agreement. Easy 10. Easy 10. He's had an impact on like anything we've seen so far on Top Trumps. Now, he's shaping up to be quite the card because we're moving on to Swag
what a card.
And now, the Swag Factor, he's got a cape, he's got a nice hat, he's got some mates with him, he's got a throne powered by a ghost demon god thing with a ruby on it. He's walking around with a speaker system. I don't know what more he needs.
His hand's doing that thing where he's like, bro, look at this.
He's like, welcome. He's welcoming you to his throne. He's like,
hello,
throne.
Yeah.
He is like,
hi, welcome to my tomb.
I don't know. This can't
look
be
his
a
headpiece. He's got like a.
He's got a hat on. He's got a big,
head?
nice big hat on.
Yeah,
and he's got two
look
lads just like I don't really know what they're doing, but they're like, ugh, and they're standing there.
Yeah, they're just chilling with
his mate.
You know what he's saying?
Entourage,
I know
mate.
exactly what he's saying, guys. He's saying, "Behold, my stuff." And he's pointing at the entire Necron dynasties, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's what he means by my stuff."
And look at his staff; it's way too elaborate at the top, and that Catan shard look how sad
it's
it
having
looks.
a right
He's
orgasm.
fucked that guy right up, and he's tall as fuck.
With the exception of Makari, with the exception of Gazgul, the Silent King is the only other one on the list with mates.
Yeah, he's got bros.
He's got 3 mates. One of them looks like having a terrible time, but he's still there.
He still showed up.
The bass on those speakers as well. Look at the fucking size of those speakers.
Well, and they're levitating as well, so you're not going to get any disruption from the ground.
He's got a portable concert. He saw Mad Max Fury Road and went, I want that, but better.
Yeah, he can do it. He can just.
What do you think he listens to from those speakers? It better not be dubstep. I'll tell you that for free.
No, I think he listens to like 80s hair metal.
Yes,
he's got that kind of look.
Here I am.
Yeah.
Rock you like a hurricane.
Yeah,
proper. He's got the Scorpions really on, just going like.
Yeah, and he loves it. He doesn't care what you think.
He's Billy from Stranger Things.
Yeah, he'll play it.
He's got to be a 10. Like,
it's got to be a 10.
Got a cape. It's the thing is, right?
So much swag. He's he's a pharaoh.
It's not like a cape, is it? It's like one of them elf things where it's like, it's almost like sleeves. No, it is a cape. I don't know. It's good. It's a 10.
It's a 10. It's a 10.
Yeah,
undeniable.
Plus,
10.
his throne has guns.
Undeniable
it's crazy.
10. Now, he isn't going to understand the Toby Carvery because he doesn't eat food. He's what he's gonna do. He's gonna be like, "What we're going here for?" And you're gonna be like, "Well, I want some turkey breast and I want some Yorkshire puddings." And he goes, "Well, I could convert your flesh to be living metal if you'd like. Then you'd never." Have to
and then what he'd do?
Like, no, I don't like. That.
I think that's where he'd realise, right? This is the law. Okay, this is the law as written by Sultan.
The real law.
That's when he'd suddenly realise, "Holy shit, you're not a Necron." And then he snaps your legs and he snaps your arms and he throws you into a corpse cart, which will one day become a ghost ark. And then you float along and he forcefully makes you become biotransference. Happy Halloween. That's what he does. Because that's what ghost arks do.
No, but he's not like that. He is not. I don't think he is. He's above being petty and malicious. You know what I mean? What he'd do is you'd invite him to it, and he'd get he wouldn't speak to you. He'd get one of those lads on the side there, the fancy-looking lads, would come down the steps, and they'd be like, "Unfortunately, the king has other arrangements for this afternoon." But like, he hasn't done anything for the last fucking 2,000 years, mate. He's like, "Yeah, well, he's got a very busy schedule. I'm afraid I'll have to escort you off the premises." And then also, that'll be that.
You can't find parking for the throne in the Toby Carver car park because it's fucking massive.
Yeah. I just don't think it would even happen. I think it would be a 0.
Yeah. He's not coming, is it? Like, and the thing was, he would send one of these like weird lads on the side, and you're so right, Chris. He'd come in the Carver, he'd go. And then Silent King be like, "I definitely meet you there, and you just get an apology.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it'd be nice because the weird guy on the side would go, "Your bill has all been paid for, and as we will also turn all the Toby Carvery staff's flesh into living metal so they can serve you forever."
Exactly. Forceful biotransference. Sultan is right again.
That's not a good thing. Like,
no, I know. Really I was never saying it was. Yeah,
I don't want that. And then they go, "Yes, but you will be served delicious meats forever." What's the problem, human?
So here's a bit of true 40k lore time with Sultan. Just going a bit apropos of nothing. So true way the Necron tier became the Necrons. So the higher level guys, like the Silent Kings and the various other people, made the deal with the Catan to become essentially the soulless robots that we know today. And Chris has closed his eyes; he's imagining it. And half, a good chunk of the population were like, "Well, hold on a second, I don't want to be a robot." So what they did is the first people who voluntarily became the Necrons then went around with these essentially corpse carts, grabbing people, shoving them in, snapping their limbs so they could not escape, and taking them to the biotransference. And eventually these corpse carts became what are now the transports, ghost arks.
What lore is this? Is this from like the 1999 Necrons?
Spoilers for 1999. Is it because not? I heard it on the much bigger podcast than us, Lorehammer. Are you saying that they're shit and everyone should listen to FineCast?
Stop promoting other podcasts. You heard it in the bins, round the bins.
So the FineCast version is that they were tricked into because they wanted. Overall
it was tricked. Yeah.
the whole thing was they wanted the secret to eternal life because they died from sun radiation.
Yeah,
cancers,
yeah, that's still the
basically.
thing. Yeah,
but I don't think this because they talk
but
about
the population
there's
didn't want to go.
There's because there's guys remembering going into the biotransference thing with their kids and stuff, and I don't think
But it was the whole galaxy, wasn't it? It was like it was a massive amount of Necrontyr. So some of them didn't want to go.
Maybe they did. Maybe they did.
Listen, this is not helping us. He wouldn't be very good at Toby Carvery. He's getting a 0 because you're going to have to explain to the families of the Toby Carvery why they've got living metal children and relatives, right?
Yeah, it's horrible.
So he's a 0. So, but this, boys, get ready for this.
A strong card.
Silent King, triple hard bastard ability, 9 out of 10. DIY FYI, 10 out of 10. Galaxy Impact, 10 out of 10. Swag Factor, 10 out of 10.
Whoa.
Toby Carvery, 0 out of 10. Now, before we play the claps, this what used to be like the old combat cards, the old Top Trumps combat cards. You used to get like a mega character, and there was one thing that did them. So if you knew that you had they had that in their deck, you could get them. So I'm happy with this card. Very strong apart from the end one. Silent King, excellent work.
Well done, Silent King. Big Sazerac, or whatever your name is. Isn't that a cocktail?
Sazerac is a cocktail.
New Orleans,
Delicious. Try a Sazerac next time you're in New Orleans.
Now,
we've got one more for tonight. Are you ready, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? Last contestant, number 3. Member of the High Council of Terror, a walking transformer. It is Morven Val,
bitch.
High Abbotess of the Sisters of Battle, the
bitch.
Now,
thanks, Chris.
this is important context here. This is very important context. Me and Sultan recently played a game in which we played against Morven Val, and this will very greatly colour our opinion on Morven Val, because on the tabletop in the game of Warhammer 40,000, she is a bloody nightmare. So
she is.
Triple hard bastard ability.
Too much.
In the game, too much. But in real life, she is just a member of Exo Squad, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
Yeah.
The Exo Squad cartoon, excellent cartoon. You should go and watch it.
Okay.
She is just a robot lady.
Yeah, and you know what happens even in the game is that if you buff your chaplain enough, and you're a White Scar, he can do it. He can take her on, and he did. So I did that. But yeah, game-wise, she's like a fucking 10 out of 10 because she just won't bloody die.
Yeah.
Lore-wise,
yeah.
She's a human.
She is a human. She's a toughness 3 human inside a pretty good suit. I'd say she's a 5.
Thing is that I think we're there because she's not like, her strength isn't on being a killing machine.
It's the suit.
She is just
powerful.
even if we take the suit, like that's part of her like a range of abilities. She's known for making political decisions and making important decisions for the Imperium. She's not known, like, they don't go, oh shit, it's all kicking off, Gazgul's having a bash, send out Morven Val.
Yeah.
Send out Morven Val to coordinate troops, for sure. She's just there on the battlefield, and she can just tussle with them when she needs to. But
she's sending stuff out via data burst and Auspex and all that crap. She's dealing with all that. She's very rarely fighting.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
She's not like, you won't want to mess with her. But what I'm saying,
well, yeah, because she can order legions upon legions of Adeptus Sororitas to come and hurt me. So yeah.
So 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Now, DIY FY, I've got 2 points to make here. Number 1, if you swear at any point doing the DIY with her, you're gonna get put in a penitent engine or turn into an flagellant, and you're gonna get your mind wiped and give combat.
Oh yeah.
Second of all, as one of the High Lords of Terror and one of the Imperium's pillarheads, the Imperium is famously known for its ludicrous administrative procedures and red tape. So she said she would help, but you'd have to fill in several years of administration forms, and then it'd take another 20 years for them to make a decision on the crew that might be acquisition to be sent to you to help, and then they've got to have a committee meeting about that, which takes another 10 years.
But number 3, cleanliness is next to godliness, and she's very holy. So bathrooms.
Eventually, it would be a good job, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
but
maybe one day take 30.
Yeah,
you'd be dead. You'd be dead in the ground.
I think she's going to do it, but I just think she is built on the...
It's not worth
65-year-old brat will finally have a bathroom.
Finally shit in peace with a nice shelf. I think it's going to be a 1. I'm sorry, boys, but it's just the red tape.
I'm with you.
The red tape. There's a lot of red tape.
There's a lot of red tape.
Yeah.
What did we say she was? Sorry, I already forgot.
1.
1. Yeah,
1.
fine. Yeah, 30 years.
It's just going to take too long, and also I don't know about you guys, but I can hold it in if I need to go to the toilet, but
not for 30 years.
Not for 30 years. I'm only.
I think you die.
The Adeptus Sororitas, because of their lifestyle, I think they're used to like pissing and shitting on like a stone slab with a hole in it or something. You know what I mean? Their idea of good toilet facilities is different. You know what I mean?
I tell you what, like after a certain while, you just can't hold it in. You just can't. You can't hold it in for 30 years. Like I went mountain climbing once, and halfway down, I was like,
What are we getting here? What are we getting here, Chris?
This is like 48 hours since I'd gone, and I was like, because we've been out there for 2 or 3 days, and I was like, I need to go. This is it. So I just shit in the Welsh mountains.
Dangling from a mountain?
Not dangling. Like we got to a flat bit.
in my head, right?
But like what you do is you get given. There's a thing called the Snow White Project. I don't know if it's still about, but imagine it is. But at the time, it's the Snow White Project. They give you a cup and they say, when you're done, fucking scoop it in there. And I was like, I'm not scooping it in there. I'm just shitting into it, all right? And then so you don't leave it on the mountain because otherwise you just got human.
Where'd you put it? In a bag?
Right,
you, there's a bin down the bottom of the mountains.
So you put your shit cup in there.
So you carried your own shit down a mountain to put.
Yeah,
and some poor bastard.
In my head, it's like cliffhanger. And
it's like Monsters Inc. You just drink out of it.
In my head, you're hanging off a sheer cliff face on a rope, right? And your buddy, we'll call him Clive, is dangling below you on another rope, right? And you're both going down, and you go, Clive,
gotta go, bro.
It's time.
Yeah,
I can't hold it. And he goes, no, not on the head. And you go, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Your mouth is the cup.
And you just hear your pants unzip, and he goes, no, son, we can make it. And you going, I'm sorry, bro.
No one ever calls me something outside of this community. I just gotta mention that.
I give him a wink with your brown eye.
I gotta warn you, it's fucking diarrhea because I've been eating non-stop energy bars, and you just covering this guy like hanging.
It's like
cliff
so.
face.
What it is actually in real life, what it is you know when Cartman is playing World of Warcraft over and over again, and he's like, "Mom, poop time," or whatever, and she brings down the bucket, and he just fucking sprays out the back. That's what it is. No, I'm not, it's a cup. It's like a giant, or maybe a bucket. I can't remember. It's like 8 years ago.
Okay, but then, mate, then
like
Owen
traipsing his shit bucket down the mountain.
Yeah, but
Mate,
Owen has to go and empty the bins. It's like, we've got to go empty the bins.
No, it's a special compost bin. Is a compost bin meant for these?
He keeps saying things like I'm supposed to go, oh, fair enough. He just said it's the arms force.
Yeah, no, mate, like we just shit everywhere, yeah. We just shit everywhere.
Are we supposed to go, that's fine? I don't know.
Yeah, because we're fucking animals.
It's the armed forces.
The soldiers, super army soldiers.
Yeah. Animals.
Well,
no, just animals, eat crayons, all that stuff. Brilliant. Not me, I'm in the Air Force. But yeah, the rest of them eat crayons.
So basically,
Morvenval.
So that obviously means that she gets a 1 at DIY FYI because Salt did a shit on a mountain.
Yeah, she ain't going to do shits on the mountain.
Right. Galaxy factor, galaxy impact.
Like this a 3, because I don't have a fucking clue who she was.
Whoa.
Rap's got a thing.
He's
got a thing.
3.
She's one of the High Lords of Terror, so she is in charge of humanity. Fuck Gulliman and all that things he believes. He's just off on another one of his fancy crusades. She is in charge. She has direct impact on the direction the human race is taking.
But
go on.
Before she was released as a model, did you have any idea she existed?
No, but I had the idea of her station of what.
I know what High Lord of Terror is, but she as an individual, it's like saying when we said Drazar, like the one who fucked the god. Was he the one who fucked the god into existence? Yeah. Is Morvenval one who did such and such?
That's different because I don't know the name of the manager of my local McDonald's, but if he comes out with like a 20 box of nuggets and he goes, "This is from the top," and I'm not going to be like, "Oh, I don't know who you are." I'm going to be like,
"This is from Chef Mike."
This is from Ronald himself. This is from the clown himself.
I work for
Ronald.
Thank
you so much. So I'm saying she holds a very. Sorry, Chris, go on.
She does, right? But that's the Imperium, right? That's the humans. How the galaxy, the universe, is a lot more than just one faction of men.
She's done fuck all. Like, in terms of galactic scale, she
she
exists as a model and nothing else in the lore.
Oh, okay.
I'm angry about it.
He's angry. I can hear
What's
it.
Drazar done?
Well, that's what we said. We said he hadn't done anything.
Yeah,
he got a 4.
Yeah, so she should at least get a 3 or 4.
No, I think like I get what you're saying. Like, she hasn't done this, she hasn't done that. But I'm just saying, like, we know that as a High Lord of Terror in all the books, when you read about High Lord of Terror, because as a Minotaurs player, my chapter is entirely dictated what they do by the High Lords of Terror.
That's why I said corrupt.
She has, totally.
Taking bribes.
She has so much like sway on the entire human race. Now, I'm saying in the galaxy, humans are only a small part of it. But what I'm saying is, she has got a big say in how a portion of the galaxy's living life forms lives their entire lives.
Give her 6.
You know what I'm saying?
Give her 6. Yeah, give her 6. It's big.
I'm not saying like she's got like an honor scroll of deeds that's really long. But what I'm saying is, whatever she wants to do, and also, you remember in Game of Thrones, you know the lass with the bell who does the shame?
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah.
Religious nutters with power, Game of Thrones has told us
a
bad thing, and she's one of them.
Shit happens, yeah.
She could be...
Give her 6.
Because the
Imperium is spread vast, and, you know, Gamora is big, but it's big within its own little pocket of reality, so...
That's a sound argument. I think that's fair. I think as time goes on, she'll do more shit, or she'll die. Who knows? Right, swag factor. Now she's got a fucking horrific haircut. Like, we can't get around this haircut. It is one of the worst haircuts. I know it's religious, or probably something, but it's like it is
half black, half white nonsense. Bowl cut. It's
as my wife Rachel says when someone's got a bad haircut. She looks like she's had her haircut with a knife and fork.
Yes.
It's like in Dumb and Dumber, when the cop stops Lloyd Christmas, Jim Carrey's character, he's got the same haircut. The cop calls him a pumpkin pie haircutted freak.
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking at here. Now, she has
the whole thing's an abomination, mate. The whole fucking leggy thing.
I like the weird clothes she's given the armor because it's got shame. Maybe I don't know why it's got clothes.
You know what she looks like, guys? You know, in Total Recall. You know where I'm going with this. Look at the model. She looks like, I can't remember his name. What's the name of the
one with the baby like coming out of his stomach?
Yeah, that is what she looks like. That is just a whole load of wrong. It is. I can't get behind this. I
like
suit.
the Paragon war suits as ideas. I do think they are cool, but I can't. I think the fact this is more ornate actually takes away from this one. Like, the regular ones look a bit more like powerlifters from Aliens. They've got a bit of ornateness, but this one looks too fancy.
Her little arms are sticking out the front. She's taken all the damage.
She's put little clothes on it, so she's trying to. She just looks like she's got big legs.
Yeah, you could just cut the top of the suit off.
It's low.
Which I'm sure I've seen a picture where someone's done it.
It's low.
Where she's just got gigantic legs. It's not right. It's the whole thing's wrong, mate.
I still
no
swag.
Like
the model, but she's not got a lot of swag. The only good factors is she would fit in well in like a church group. So she's got like a clan. She's got a tribe. If she went to like a harvest festival or something, they'd love it. But that doesn't even get her a point. I don't know, 1
or 2.
1, 2.
Because she's got gold and there's some like fancy.
We give her 2 because she's got a bit of gold on her.
Yeah.
But it is, the more I look at it, the more it just like the clothes on the suit makes it look like she's just got big old legs.
Yeah.
She looks like a flamingo. Right.
Massive legs.
Because it's like in the other suits, you can sort of see that it's armoured, whereas this, it's like...
Yeah.
Is it armoured? I don't know. Now, the final category of the evening, gentlemen. The Toby Carvery conundrum. Like, I don't know much about Sisters of Battle, but I can't imagine they're up for a good feed. I imagine they eat like wafers and stuff, right?
Well, that makes me think that maybe she'd be like on it. She's only human after all. She's not a special alien creature.
Yeah.
She goes into a Toby Carver. She's been forced to eat wafers and drink gruel and all that kind of shit. She walks into this place. It's like, hang on, it's a buffet for meat and potato. It's not offensive food, is it? It's classic, hearty, good for you
sustenance.
Yeah, it's good. It's real stuff, and I think maybe she'll appreciate that. It's not junk food, and she'll be like, This is incredible. You've really changed my life by bringing me here." And I think the High Lords are gonna be used to that thing, the feast ideal, right? So
it's a good point.
I think she'd be on it.
She's gonna get you a good table. Like,
yeah,
she's gonna like pull some strings. You're gonna be right next to the gravy station, but far enough away so you don't have to smell it. But you are gonna get prime position. And if you think you're queuing up with Morven Val, you have got another thing coming, because she could go into Toby Carvery and say, like, "Listen, humanity," and they go, "Yeah," and she goes, "I'm one of the managers of humanity. Like, I am.
I'm the manager." Yeah.
So, like, it's up to you. Do you want me to, as one of the managers of humanity, to queue up? Do you want me to waste some of my life in this queue with these people in tracksuits? I wouldn't have thought you'd want that, would you? You want me to go into the front, and as her lackey, you're going to get in on that, and straight away, even if that turkey is like, they've still got a good section of it, they're going to bring fresh turkeys and all sorts out to try and impress her, aren't they?
Yeah. She does look like she'd speak to the manager, though, if she's got a bit of a Karen vibe, right? So
she does, doesn't she? She's going to be inspecting the bill like you wouldn't believe at the end of it.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, "Excuse me, my friend here ordered half a Diet Coke, well, Pepsi actually, because that's all you bloody do. So and you've charged us for 3/4 of a pint of Diet Pepsi.
Yeah.
So I am going to have to get you fired." She does. She has got that potential for that energy.
And she'll say there's a 16-year-old girl with her head off in the passenger seat out in the car park as well.
And there's a giant Necron throne just sort of wedged in between 4 car parking spaces for reasons we
And I'm
don't
afraid
know.
there's a bit of heresy going on here. A lot of the staff seem to be walking around in metal bodies.
And there's a lad there with 3 arms that's helping himself to Yorkshire puddings. It's a very
He's touched all of them.
Establishment. I think the problem is, right, you're going to enjoy the trappings of her station, right? But how much can you live with yourself at the expense of people's jobs? And skipping the queue. Like, are you okay with that? Are you thinking, look, I'm gonna have a good time, so
it's gonna be awkward?
I don't know.
It's gonna be awkward. I'm not gonna like it.
What do we think?
I'm giving it. I'd start with a 10 for the amazement of it, of what you the quality of the visit.
Yeah.
9, 8 because of the Karen stuff. 7, 6 because of the cost, the human cost to it. I think I'd end up on about a 5.
A 5, straight down the middle. Dollars to Donuts. Sultan's going to say I wasn't listening.
I was just listening to the podcast. That's all. I was having a good time.
He's become a listener.
Yeah,
Sultan, how do you think Morven Val? What do you think out of 10?
I think she's a massive bitch, so 1.
Again, we have to preface it with the fact that we've played a game where Morven Val
She's
didn't
done
die.
me dirty a lot.
You can watch the Hobby Apocalypse bat rep, the 4-way bat rep listeners, if you want to see how stressful me and Sultan found Morven Val on the table of 40k. So Sultan's view will be
skewed. I give her a 5. I'll give her a 5.
I give her a 5 because it's like I like the in between of it. It's like it's on you as a character. Do you enjoy other people suffering for you to get those prime cuts of meat? And it's like, if you do, then you're going to have the best time ever. If you don't, you're going to have a terrible time. So right down the middle, it's a 5.
And having been the one who suffered as a result of her, every time I've played her, I've not had a good time. Well, that sounds bad. Okay, so if a few people from the DZTV event are listening, this is not an assault on you guys. I had a lovely time playing you guys. Morven Val as a character, though, very annoying to fight against. When she just turns off everything you do. That's unrelated to this.
I think that's the whole like 40k Sorry to actually talk about Warhammer for a second in a context not about Toby Carvery. But that whole thing at the moment, it's rules upon rules upon rules, and it's all the gotcha stuff. So it's like Morven Val is one of the queens of gotcha in the game at the moment, where it's like you think you've done enough, and constantly the person's finding rules because there's so many, and they go, oh, actually, I've got this to roll, and now I've got this, and I've got this. Oh, no, I'll use a miracle dice, and this is that, and this is that. And it's like, if she was higher toughness and had more wounds, you'd feel better about it because you'd know that it would be like, right, all right, well, I'm doing something. Whereas at the moment, it just feels like all your energy is wasted when you're trying to do something to her. So she's a bloody nightmare. Speaking of bloody nightmares, Morven Val, let's recap. Triple Hard Bastard ability is a 5. DIY FYI is a 1. Galaxy Impact is a 6. Swag Factor is a 2. And finally, the Toby Carvey conundrum right down the middle. It's a 5. Morven Val, troublesome on the table, but a high load of terror. So we've got to give you some reverence. Thank you, Morven Val.
Thank you to our wonderful studio audience. Here we are at the end of yet another episode of the FineCast, milking this topic for all it is worth. We have one more episode to go on Top Trumps. I'm calling it the best of the rest, but the actual title is Everyone But the Primarchs. So thank you, Brat, for coming up with all our characters. I'm very excited to see the next 3. That'll do us for these 2 weeks in a row. We are back to normal scheduling after this. Every fortnight on a Wednesday, the FineCast, the only thing you guys stay alive for and don't pull the trigger, the FineCast. So, Brap, tell us about our wonderful supporters, including the music.
The music is from LA French, our lovely boy. I'm going on holiday with LA French next week. That's why we're recording. Well, no, it'll be this week. We're on holiday. This is done in advance thanks to Studio Magic. I'm on holiday with him. We're in Munich having beers, so you'll be listening to this, and I'll be shit-faced in Oktoberfest. So you can find his stuff on lafrench.bandcamp.com.
Oktoberfest in September.
Yeah, Sultan. I was as surprised as you are, but it happened. The Germans are that efficient that they get Oktoberfest out of the way in September.
Love it.
But yeah, so you should give it a listen. Oh, we've also got a review. I want to shout out Edwards 1986. He gave us an amazing review on Apple Podcasts, and you should do that too. We need all the ratings we can get, so thank you so much, Edwards1986. Give us a review on the old anywhere you listen to it, Spotify, Apple Music. Yeah. You can go on. Chris is going to tell you where you can go to get all the other stuff. Yeah. Write us a review everywhere because it pushes the algorithms so much, and we're actually starting to get recommended to people who we don't know and who listen, you know, via just discovering us from different places. And if that is you, then get on our Instagram and shout us out where you're listening from and how you listen, because we'd love to speak to you. Chris, if I wanted to find out the Instagram and you know, and find more ways to listen and engage with us, how would I do that? Surely it's going to be really complicated, isn't it?
Well, actually, in the year of our Lord 2022, we have a fabulous thing called the interwebs. And if you go onto your preferred browser and type in www.bonemagic.com, that's all one word, bonemagic.com, it'll take you to a fancy little website where all of our social medias and platforms that we're on and all the fancy shit that we like to put on internet is up there. So
I
head
bloody
over
love
there
Bone Magic.
And check it out, bonemagic.com.
It's like
bloody
dick
great.
It's a difficult opening gambit, and nothing suits the FineCast more than we've chosen a website name that sounds so wrong. Like it's so FineCast it hurts that it's like people don't dare click on it. Like it's like, can I go on Bone Magic? It's like you can. It's fine.
And I just want
to
shout this out
safe.
For those people who are stuck in their car, can't press skip right at this point in time because they're listening to us on the way to work. Sultan Plays on YouTube. It's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. I forgot to shout it out previous episodes, so I need to shout it out because I've had I put up a video the other day, right? And it's got almost 3,000 views. All right, at this point of the time of recording, I don't know where it's going to be at now, and it's all by its lonesome. Nobody supported it, which is good, by the way. Yeah. Nobody supported it. 3,000 views, all on its lonesome. It's good.
I'm going to insist, Sultan. I haven't prepared from him for this, but I'm going to insist that Sultan plays some ghosty games and streams them because we're coming up to October. So to do some Halloween,
we can do some spoopy stuff. Yeah,
stream some spoopy games, and if that's your bag, go and check it out because I'm going to make him do that. So
I'll also insist that doesn't get more Finecast than Sultan telling people driving in their cars to watch a YouTube channel.
Yeah, while you're driving.
Yeah, while you're driving, just put it on. Listen. When the police stop you, just show them it's my channel. Get them to subscribe as well. Everyone's going to be fine.
Now just say you don't understand. He told me to.
It's Sultan Plays. But congratulations. Sultan, your videos, as always, are super good quality. They're really chill,
top
casual.
draw.
They're a pleasure to watch. I watch your videos all the time. I don't comment because I've been banned by the police. It's
they do that.
Yeah, you've got a great channel, so check Sultan Plays out on YouTube. Just go on Sultan Plays 40k. Go on Bone Magic. You just get it all from Bone Magic.
Go on all of it. Just go on Bone Magic.
We've done the hard work for you. Check it out.
Yeah.
And we're going to return in 2 weeks, or no, like a week. You know how it works. A week's time.
At some point, we will return.
We're going to conclude Top Trumps Everything But the Primarch in the scintillating part 4 of this tired format. So let's go and get some rest and prepare for part 4. Bye, everybody.
Thank you very much. Love you. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.